Well, hey, neighbor. Hello, everyone. I don't know what y'all can see. Um, I didn't put my face up there because I've been up most all the night. So I'm not really sure what y'all can see. I know y'all can't see my face. I'm gonna wait for a few people to get in here and I'm gonna tell about what happened to my daughter. We've been up most of the night. James and I kept Lincoln. He really didn't sleep good last night. I think he knew something was going on or he wasn't at home. I'm gonna wait for a few people to get in here. We had a scare yesterday with my daughter, and um, if I sound like I don't know exactly what words to put together, I'm tired. But I thought I'd come on it. A few of you already know I sent emails to a few of you and sent messages over Facebook, and I have some of your phone numbers, so I sent some of you text messages to be praying for my daughter. We had a real bad scare yesterday. Welcome in, Ella. Thank you for coming. Hey, Nana. Hey, Robin. Hey, David. Hey, Auntie Mama. Christina. Hey, Ashley. Well, let me start at the beginning of the story. So yesterday afternoon I was here at the house, and thank goodness James was home. He was outside cutting grass, and I was inside, and I get this message over Messenger. It said, it's a guy that works with my daughter, and he said, Miss Angie, please call me. And I thought it was unusual, but I thought, well, maybe he needs to ask me something about something. I didn't really think it was a medical emergency. I said, I don't have your number. So he texted me his number, and I called him, and he said, if I start crying, y'all, I'm sorry. But he said, we need to get a hold to Brent. That's my son in law. He said, Taylor is unresponsive and they calling the ambulance for her now. And I said, what do you mean unresponsive? Is she not breathing? Is she just not talking to y'all? I mean, what do you mean by unresponsive? And he said, well, they can't get her awake. And I said, okay. So I sent Brent's phone number to him to call him. And I got in my wheelchair because I was sitting in my recliner. I went to the front door, flagged James to come over to the front door, told him that Taylor was unresponsive at work, that they had called the ambulance to please go down there and check on her. Because if he would have waited for me to get in the loaded up in the car and my wheelchair, it would have took at least 30 minutes. So I just sent him on to the hospital. I said, the ambulance is headed to her work. Just go to her work and then to the hospital, whatever you want to do. And so I'm here by myself, crying, of course, because I can't go there and waiting on. It's the hardest thing when you're waiting on somebody to call you about your daughter that's unresponsive. I was just, I was just beside myself. So, um, and praying the whole time, Lord, please don't take my daughter from me. Please don't take my daughter. And so James gets to her work. She's inside the ambulance, but she can't speak. She can only nod her head yes and no if they ask her a question. So her heart rate was 117 beats a minute. Her blood pressure was 94 over 88. And they knew that she had had a real bad episode, event, seizure, something. But I don't know if all y'all know this or not, but my daughter has a VP shunt. which is she has had one since she was 12 days old because she has hydrocephalus. And her last revision was in second grade. She was 8 years old. And they usually don't last. Thank you everyone for coming in. The VP shunt usually does not last maybe 5 years. Well, this one that she has lasted 22 years, which we knew that she was eventually was going to have another revision of her shunt. But when you start rejecting a shunt, you start you're real sleepy, you have a real bad headache, you start throwing up, you run a fever, you have a seizure. I mean, it's just a lot of things that happen when you start rejecting a shunt. So she had texted me yesterday and said, Mama, I'm really, really sleepy and I can't hold my eyes open. I didn't think anything about it. I said, well, are you pregnant? And she put on there, no, with a bunch of laughing faces. Because, when you first get pregnant, you're really, really sleepy and can't hold your eyes open. And so she said, I'm absolutely not. And I said, well, you better not be. Lincoln's only 15 months old. But anyway, then later on, I get that phone call. The hospital that they were going to take her to does not have neurosurgeons, neurology, or anything. So she had to go to the hospital where she originally had her shunt placed, and that's in Jackson, which is 45 minutes away from where we live. So they get her up to Jackson, and they start running all these tests, and they realize that she has a crack in the shunt. Where the fluid, if y'all don't know what that is, it's like a pump. And if it stops pumping or has a crack in it or something goes wrong, you start having the fluid builds up on your brain, and it just does a lot of things to you when fluid builds up on your brain and you don't get rid of it. So they do an MRI and they tell her that there's a crack in her shunt. It's a very thin one, but it is cracked. And thank y'all for coming in. I appreciate it. My Bird Farm, Auntie Mama, Rudy, Misbehaving, Teresa, Justine, Aisha, Denise, Magical Emporium, Justine. Thank y'all for coming in. So I'm devastated because I can't go up there and be with her when she has her surgery. I've always been with her every time she's ever had a surgery on her shunt. I mean, but James and I had to keep Lincoln. I mean, somebody had to keep him. And so we have him now. But anyway, we talked to her this morning. She went into surgery at 8:30 this morning. The neurosurgeon just called me and told me that they just finished up with her, that everything went fine, that she was headed to recovery. But they said that her shunt had been in her brain so long, so many years, that it had calcified to her neck. And that's why she was having all this trouble. She would always say, Mama, my neck's killing me. My neck's hurting. And she would always have these real bad headaches and these passing out spells. And this has been going on for a couple of years, even before she got pregnant with Lincoln. But they never could catch it on an MRI. And unless they catch it when it's not working, they're not going to go in there and change the shunt because it's a serious surgery. And every time they go in there, they penetrate the brain, and it could cause you to have a stroke or a brain bleed or anything like that. So they have to be absolutely sure that the shunt is malfunctioning. So she's in recovery right now. Brent's with her. I don't know how many days she's going to have to stay in the hospital. Thank y'all everyone that's prayed for her, um, that is praying for her. Um, Thank you, Denise. I appreciate it. As y'all know, if y'all know me, know anything about my channel, my family is everything to me. My children, James, my grandchildren, they're just my entire life. So when I got that call yesterday, it was during Dawn Southern Funds auction, and I immediately said, "Y'all, please pray for my daughter." And they all started praying for her. And they do these surgeries every day. It's a common surgery for people to have a shunt put in. It's not like um, a major brain bleed surgery, like but anything can happen during surgery. Y'all know that. And anytime they penetrate the brain to put a shunt in, and then they have to go down by her neck into her abdomen, so the wire will go down into her abdomen and drain and absorb the extra fluid that comes off her brain. Um, it was just a miracle that this shunt lasted 22 years. Um, which I haven't really ever talked about it in detail about Taylor, but she has no neurological problems. She has no motor skill problems. Usually, when you have a shunt placed, when you're an infant, you have motor skill problems. She played softball, basketball. Um, I mean, she was like a normal child. She had no side effects of her hydrocephalus, which they never could give us a medical reason why she had hydrocephalus. They found it on my sonogram when I was 9 months pregnant. But I thought I would come on here. Lincoln just went back to sleep for his morning nap. Um, Thank y'all for praying. Um, so I decided to come on here. Hey Lucy, I decided to yesterday when you come into the chat and said something wrong, I prayed right away for you and your family. Thank you, Denise. I could feel y'all's prayers. I knew that y'all were praying. It gave me such peace when I was here by myself yesterday, knowing that you all were here with me, because James had left and I hadn't heard anything, and all these thoughts was going through my mind, and I was praying, you know, Lord, please let my daughter be okay. She's got this little 15-month-old baby, and he needs her and we need her. And but when he called and said that she was unresponsive, I just lost it. I was like, what do you mean she's unresponsive? Do you mean she's not breathing? Just not is she breathing and just not answering you? I mean, what are you talking about? And but anyway, they got her to the hospital, and now maybe she'll feel a lot better, because she's been feeling really bad. I mean, for a while now, because the shunt obviously has been shutting down. And I asked the neurosurgeon, I said, how long do you think this has been going on with her shunt starting and stopping, starting and stopping? And she said, well, we really can't tell, but it's probably been going on for a while, according to what your daughter was telling us, her symptoms that she's been having for a while. But we really couldn't do anything until it completely shut down, because it's so dangerous going in and doing brain surgery. Any kind of brain surgery is serious. But she said we do these every single day, you know, Um, yeah, it was scary. It was a scary choice of words. Um, but that's where we are right now. I don't know. When she was in the second grade, you know how medical things have changed. They kept her in the hospital about a week, but now they don't keep you in the hospital very long, no matter what kind of surgery you had. I mean, I had my pacemaker revised, and they sent me home that same day. So I don't know how many days that they will keep her in the hospital. Uh, you know, it it all if it had to happen, it worked out really well because James is off work, so therefore Lincoln can stay with us because I can keep him, but I couldn't keep him 24/7 without somebody being here with me. So he's off work. He was off work yesterday, today, tomorrow, Monday. I think he goes back Tuesday. So that was a blessing that he was able to be here for us to be able to keep Lincoln. And Lincoln, like I said, he didn't sleep good last night. Um, but thank y'all so much for praying for her and just being here for me. I so appreciate it. I couldn't come on. Y'all should see me. I mean, Ella's, she's still in the chat. She has seen me without makeup and not dressed up, but if she could see me now, she would probably say, "Oh my goodness, I thought it couldn't get any worse." But um, my eyes are swollen up, and I hadn't had much sleep, and even if I would have put makeup on, I would have probably still looked bad. But I figured everybody that knew about what was going on would want me to come on and update you, to let you know how she was doing. Hey, Laura C. Um, and what they said, that she did see a neurologist about her migraine headaches, and she prescribed her a new medication for her migraines and something else that was going on with her. Oh, her seizures. A new medicine for her seizures and her migraines, which they think stems from her having the shunt. I don't know. I look pretty bad, Christine. I'm telling you, it was it when it comes to my children and my family, and something happens, I just lose it. I mean, I started crying. I couldn't stop crying. James kept saying, "Please calm down. It's all right. I'm gonna go check on her. I'll let you know what's happening." And then it's so amazing because James had went and cut the lady's grass that he always cuts, the elderly lady, and she come by and was bringing him his money to pay him. And she come in and she saw that I was real upset, and she kind of calmed me down a little bit, which we've known each other for years. And she was just a godsend to distract me while James was at the hospital. So I wouldn't just be sitting here just constantly thinking about, oh my goodness, what's going on? What's happening? Is she okay? Am I going to get a bad phone call? What am I going to be here by myself when I get bad news? Or you know and all I could do was just pray, and it was just a moment. Thank you, Nana. But anyway, I just wanted to come on here and let y'all know what was going on, so y'all would know. I'm uh gonna get a shower and while Lincoln is asleep, because I'm gonna tell you something. That little 15-month-old rascal, he's like one of the little rascals, is what I call him. I can't figure out if he's Spanky or Alfalfa. but he is active, and James just encourages it. I don't know if y'all know how men are, but they act like children when they're around children, and he just encourages him to act up. But I'm gonna get a shower. I will be on YouTube today. That seems to calm me down a lot when I'm spending time with my YouTube friends. So I know I'll be on some of the chats today. And y'all don't know how much I really appreciate each and every one of you. It made my heart at peace yesterday when I knew that I had y'all praying for me and my family, because, I stay in my house a lot and I don't go out much, and I don't see a lot of people anymore. And which I'm okay with that, but when something like this happens, you want to reach out to somebody and say, look, please say a prayer for me and my family. We need it. So I was so thankful that I had you all to reach out to. That means so much. And this community means so much to me. And I love each and every one of y'all. I really do. Um, and with that being said, I'm going to let y'all go, and I'll be seeing y'all in the chat today. And I hope people that didn't come in or watch this video, or you all can let other people know and give them an update and let them know that she is in recovery, that she did have to have her VP shunt replaced. And she seemed, and I don't know how many days she's going to have to stay in the hospital, but she's on the road to recovery now. And I love each and every one of y'all. I can't say that enough. I appreciate y'all. Bye, neighbor. I love you guys. Talk to you later.